Hi, it's Malcolm from Aquaspray. Today, if you've got the M22 gun, I'm going to show you how to change it to the quick release by just buying that one coupling. I'm also going to show you how to take the quick release coupling and put it on the normal M22 lance and gun. So this is what you would normally get with a machine, and then you can convert it to the quick release that just slots in and pushes in. This is how you do it. So the first thing we need to do is take the casings off the gun itself. Little posi Phillips screwdriver and unscrew all the screws. Don't lose the screws. Always have some sort of little container. That'll be as you put it on the bench, you kick it, they fall, never to be seen again. Although you can buy them as a spare part if you need them. If the casings get really damaged, you can buy them as a spare part. So the kit there, you can just take the casings off, put brand new ones on, and it'll look like brand new. I will go over in another video how to change the complete kit so that the whole valve is brand new if you have a leaking valve where it's making the machine surge and there's water leaking out of the gun. You can change the kit. So really speaking, with that kit and the shells, you'd have pretty much a brand new gun, and it's probably cheaper than buying a brand new gun as well, so it's worth a punt. This actually fits underneath the threaded bit, and you have to just lift it up and then pull it away. In fact, I will show you a little bit in depth how to do that. So when you've taken all the screws out, there's a lip that you'd have to just lift up and then pull out, and that lip there fits under the M22 when you're fitting it back together as well. With all the screws that you have in there, take all the screws out. This is quite a good tip. Take all the screws out. Make sure all these screws are in a safe place, because you're going to need them a little bit later on. But it's a lot easier to fit it with no screws in than fitting it with screws in. So this is it, the inside of the gun. This is the valve here. You can buy this kit here that completely changes all the O-rings inside, which I'll show on a different video, and how to set up the actual trigger mechanism with these screws. There is a way of setting them up, but today, for now, I'm going to be showing you how to take this off and replacing it with the quick release one. So really simple. Once you've got this, take it off. The clamshells just keep to one side for now. Slide this down, and you need to take that O-ring off. So the easiest way to do that is stop this camera. The easiest way to take this off is just pinch it with your nails until it just bubbles up over the edge, and then take the O-ring off. Keep that for a safe place. Here, this brass bit here is Loctited to the actual steel tube, so that is going to be quite difficult to get off. But this here is a 10mm nut, which you can put a ratchet on, or a spanner if you've not got a ratchet. The idea is to clamp this tube. If you've got a vise, it's a lot easier, but if you've not got a vise, you don't need to clamp it really hard. And remember, this is going to get hot because you're going to need to heat it up to break the Loctite. So just lightly with the MoleGrips or if you've got a Vise. There's a blowtorch. Which will heat the Loctite, break the Loctite, and you'll be able to unscrew it really easily. With this, I try and do it quite carefully. I have it in a vise normally. The idea is to heat this up to a point where it breaks the Loctite. And then once you've broke the Loctite, it will just unscrew really, really easily. So just keep heating it all the way around. And just keep trying it. See how it's turning now? That's when I can just turn all that off. I don't need that anymore. And this is pretty much loose now completely. Now this is going to be very, very hot. You touch this, you're never going to be able to use your fingerprint recognition on your phone again. Cool it down in some water. Now some people will probably say this is not a great idea, putting really hot thing into cold water. It doesn't get that hot, you know, it's still almost 100 degrees, but it's not trying to melt anything. So all you're doing is breaking the Loctite. So once you've done that, it still will be quite warm, so just watch it, but that is it. Take that off. You never know when you might need it, so you might as well keep hold of it. Take your MoleGrips off. Just make sure that you've not scored this. It's very, very easy to score it and break and thingy. So you don't want to clamp it too much. You just want to hold it steady so that it can just unscrew. Don't forget to take that off. If you end up putting that on and this is still down here, you're just going to have to take it off. It's more work for yourself. So that there, you can put the O-ring back on here. That's your M22 coupling. You can buy that as a spare part if you didn't want the quick release and you had a quick release one, you wanted to convert it back. Straightforward, exactly the same way. So just clean the Loctite off, the old Loctite. And like a fool, I haven't got the Loctite with me because I'm at home. But what you'll need is a 14mm Allen key, ideally. I'll drop a Loctite round here, screw this on, and then your Allen key. It doesn't need to be mega tight with a bit of Loctite, but just a quick nip up. Make sure it's sealed. If you don't have Loctite, you can use PTFE tape, which I haven't got. But that is literally it. You've done it. That is the quick release. It's all nice and tight. Everything's working because this is brand new anyway. You can strip this down, which I'll show you at some other point. Again, when you're reassembling it, you just need to hook the lip of that gun underneath. And then fit this bit of brass here. I'll just show you again a little bit closer. So with this, all you need to do is just hook the plastic lip underneath. Let me try that once more with a thing. All you need to do is hook this plastic underneath there, and then this piece of brass here just fits into this hole on there to locate it properly. Once it's there, the other side of the clamshell, and again just hook it under and then close it down. If it doesn't fit perfectly all the way around, then there's something wrong. So make sure it fits all the way perfect round before you start screwing the screws back in. And what I would suggest to do is screw one at one side, and then get another screw and make sure that all the seam is perfect. Screw the other side in, and then work all the way around. Once you've got pretty much the main ones in, you can just put them in any way you want then from there. I know people use electric screwdrivers and drill bits to all the way in. I don't like using them. You can't feel when things are tight, when things are gonna strip. So I always use hand tools. You just know when it's gonna strip. You know when it's gonna. You have more of a feel to it. With spanners, I don't use anything electronic. I like screwdrivers and stuff. So I know people use it with Allen keys and with the pumps on and things like that. I just think you're going to be stripping threads out easier with them. That's it. So from the M22 to quick release, what, 5-10 minutes, no big deal, dead easy. Once you've done that, you're going to want the quick release coupling on the end of this. That's straightforward. This is not standard thread, this is like an M12 thread, so make sure you order the correct one. And again with this, I would go into a vise, I would use soft grips or anything like that, because this is, you're going to be seeing this. So if you mark it or you've got to be holding it, it's going to be a bit nasty. So just be careful with it. So that's that. This one here is a 22mm spanner, and again I'll do the same thing. All you're doing is just heating it up. Just heat it up slowly and gently. It doesn't have to be glowing hot. You're just breaking the Loctite. Sometimes you can be doing this and you'll just get a little puff of smoke come out of it, and that normally means that the Loctite has been broken. Let's have a look. What we want to do is just keep trying it every now and again. It's not hot enough yet. Depending on what type of Loctite they've used, some are harder than others to get on and off. But now it's moving. Turn the gas off. Don't need that anymore. This now is going to be loose forever. This is very, very hot. Do not touch it. This is probably going to be a little bit hotter than the other one because it's more brass. It's a bit of cool water, that's all it is. Brass coupling off. Now before you put any Loctite on this, if you are using Loctite, you need to completely dry it. When it is still a little bit warm, so it will dry easy. But if you have any sort of water in there, the Loctite's not going to take, and then you're going to start leaking. If you do Loctite it, when you put it on and Loctite it, if you try and use it too quick, it'll just leak. So you need to leave it a little bit for the Loctite to go off. So you would just, let's have a look, see if we can get this a little bit closer. So with the Loctite, all you need to do, put a drip of Loctite all the way around, screw that on. You want to back it off a couple of threads and then screw it back on. That'll get the Loctite all both ends. and then we just need to tighten it up. I'll find out what spanner it is, but just for quickness I will use an adjustable. And if you still had it in the vise, you'd be able to tighten it a little bit more of a kink in there, nip it up a bit more. But that is it, all done. Quick release, gun and lance with just these two couplings. Very, very simple. And you'll always have the other couplings to change it back if you ever need to. Boom. I'm so wonderful. And cut. That's it, very simple. 5-10 minute job really to get it all done in. All the links for everything will be in the description below. The screwdrivers that we use, all the spanners and tools, which I think this is 17. Yeah, 17mm spanner on there. Yeah. Brilliant stuff. See you on the next one.